I'm sorry. Today I'm being a little preachy. Yes, I know that. I'm trying not to be aggravating. I'm trying not to be annoying or anything else. But then again, that goes against my basic nature, and I'm trying my hardest to be something, to be more than what this world has taught me to be. This world wants me to be hateful. I'm not. This world wants me not to have compassion. I have compassion. The world itself is run by a group of madmen. No one can deny that. Let me explain something to you. When a family starts inbreeding, it begins insanity. Doesn't matter how many generations you are away. Rothschilds, for lack of a better one to go with. 5 brothers. Each of them married a woman. So they are marrying their cousins. Doesn't matter. They're inbreeding. Inbreeding breeds insanity. Look at the sharks that inbreed. I mean, some of them you end up with 2 heads. Look at the insanity of some of our presidents. Look at their children. Kennedy, for example. His children, he had to send one of them to get a lobotomy, thinking that that would help with the insanity that's inbred. Yet, there are people out there who claim that, no, that's not right. They're good men. No, they are insane men. Look at them. They all come from the same family line. And you want to know where it relates back to? England and the bankers and the Rothschilds. And you get inbreeding on top of inbreeding on top of inbreeding, so that their wealth does not spread to others, or their supposed wealth. When people realize gold is not really valuable, because guess what? It ain't in nothing. Well, they say that they claim it's used in electronics. Guess what? Copper's used in electronics and works just as good. I mean, they've never proven any difference between gold and copper, because you know why? There is no gold. And that's the bottom line. There is no gold. It's an illusion. It's an imaginary. It's a pretend that their monopoly money is based off of. In monopoly, what happens when the bank loses all its money? It writes, I owe you. And you know what? That's exactly what banks do. They've lost their money and they're writing IOUs to everyone to pay them to keep working in the system that writes IOU, IOU, IOU. How long has it been since NASA's been around? I think it's time that we get a return on our investment. What about Admiral Byrd, who went over to the Antarctic and dropped the UN flag instead of the American flag? When are we going to start calling him a traitor? When are we going to say that Lincoln was the worst criminal of them all when he signed off and allowed the Fed to come into existence? Or when do you realize Lincoln was nothing more than a blood brother in this family of insanity. There is no one out there who will argue that, how do I put that? Let me rephrase that. There is no one out there who will deny all presidents are blood related somehow. Blood, B-L-O-O-D, meaning that they share the insanity. And when you realize individuals who are insane, do you call them out on it, or do you let them continue being insane? I can only tell you what I see. I mean, look at the brilliance Obama's done for our country. I think Reagan said it best when he said, the 14 worst words in the English language is I'm from government and I'm here to help. Isn't that what CPS claims? I'm here from government and I'm here to help. Yet, for some reason, children keep dying while government is investigating families of loving parents instead of investigating families that may need the help. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I mean, it takes something real stupid to not see that CPS isn't out there protecting the children, or else they would never have a death on their hands. But you know what? They do. And they publicize it. Just like police. 6 months being able to handle a gun for some reason gives them the right to know the law and uphold it. That's magic according to what the Bible said. And the Bible said, you are to kill the magicians. And guess what? Every police officer that's only had 6 months training and has no 6 years education of the law is magic, because they're able to call up this or that and say, well, according to my magic ball here, I know that this is a law, and I can get away with shooting you. Yet, no one in the public ever gave police the right to have a gun. I mean, it's the 4th safest job in America. Yet, they deal with so many criminals on a daily basis. What does that tell you? They're classifying you, a normal individual going to and from work, as a criminal. Doesn't matter if you are or not. They want to classify you and treat you as a criminal because they have a dangerous job, even though it's the 4th safest in America. I mean, if it's so dangerous that it requires them to have 2 guns and a shitload of weapons, what the fuck are you supposed to have in defense? That's right. Government tells you that you don't need to worry because it's all under control. Yeah, their control. You want to know why America's never going to be conquered from the outside? Because too many people have their own guns. You want to know why that's an issue with police? Because you get criminal police who are nothing but pedophiles who will go and protect CPS or child pornography services. I mean, who else can get away with taking naked pictures of children in school? No one. And you tell me, oh, they're just investigating? No, you're making an excuse for a pedophile. You're making an excuse for someone who is taking naked pictures of children and using the government as an excuse to get away with it. Do you not think they should be held accountable for their actions? Or they're just doing a job and they just need the job. If you think that way, when is it your child that's going to be targeted by this group of individuals? If you truly think that way, that CPS is there to help, when is your child, male or female, going to have naked pictures of them taken, put on government system, and then for some reason your child disappears? I mean, government never finds these children that seem to disappear all the time. Yet you're supposed to trust what they say and what they tell you. Well, as you can see, that's what I've done so far.